Your company makes formal wear you can sweat in. Tell us how you got started.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was about 10 years ago I watched a guy run into a building soaked in sweat. And when he finally dried off, he looked arguably worse. So this was right around the time that performance fabrics started to become mainstream on the golf course, where it was almost unacceptable to wear that on the golf course in the years prior. So what do guys wear even more than polos? Dress shirts.
Right.
But I was 19 at the time. I didn't know anything about the industry or starting my own company. So fast forward a few years later, started tinkering around and made that first dress shirt you can sweat in.
How did you actually make that first dress shirt? I presume you're not a seamstress?
I am not. I leave the technical talents to those who know what they're doing. I actually found a local seamstress to make me that first shirt. I was so worried someone would take my idea. I didn't want to take it to a custom clothing maker or tell anyone about it. So a girl who started her own vintage clothing brand in my neighborhood, she made that first shirt for me. So it was an amazing thing. I took it home and my wife didn't recognize that I wasn't wearing a normal dress shirt. And it was in that moment I knew that this idea that we had talked about for so long actually had some legs.
You've identified what is clearly an opportunity, right? These guys who are athletes, maybe have a little bit of a bigger build.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting a lot of endorsements from them.
Yeah.
Tell me how you looked at that opportunity. Why did you choose that direction?
So it ended up being a natural path for us. At first, we targeted guys who maybe couldn't find a dress shirt that fit off the rack because of the stretch of the fabrics, and that just sort of was a natural direction. And then we started to see pro athletes became customers, and then we were offered to come do trunk shows at Major League Baseball locker rooms, and then the word just kind of spread like wildfire. So now we have about 250 professional athletes as customers. And at first, we actually had to turn down sending them free product because we couldn't afford to give them anything. But ultimately, they've turned into great customers, great brand advocates, and we have a couple endorsement deals that we've signed. J.J. Watt is the face of our brand, and then we've recently added Jake Arrieta, the Cy Young Award winner, and John Isner, the tennis player, and then Jason Khalipa, CrossFit Games winner. So it's been a great mix of guys, and we're only just getting started.